It's a nice little water hole, isn't it? What? You don't think so? Good morning, it's another new day. We're in Canada today, woo! Remember we got here after the sun came up already, so it's afternoon already. I slept into the afternoon, which means it's gonna be very hard to fall asleep tonight because I gotta be up first thing tomorrow morning. Should be fun. But we're in Fort Erie, Ontario here. We're having fun. We're gonna go into Mississauga, park at the Husky there, and maybe if we have time, walk over to the movie theaters and go see a movie tonight. We'll see if we have time.
It's morning number 2. We got a wiener dog face for breakfast.
That's my idea.
That was Davey's. And then we got a Bobo face. And that's for Owen. Grandma's very creative.
Off to the races. Just going over, what is it? Garden City Skyway? And we're all slowing down. Okay, everybody wants to look at the nice view. Okay. It's a huge bridge here. So we're about, let's say, just about an hour and a half from Mississauga, where we're gonna park for the night. Not too much driving today at all. Every time I come to this Husky in Mississauga, I see this guy here. Mr. Oil Man. Delo, that's actually very familiar. It makes me sort of miss having my own truck and being owner-operator. Oh, inside my messy cubby compartment. Yeah, I still have one. This is the oil I used when I was owner-operator. But every time I come here and I see that little Delo guy on the garage door, it makes me think, huh. I remember taking my truck in for services all the time. I sort of miss some of the things of being owner-operator, but not as a whole. Right now I'm pretty happy what I'm doing right now. I do sort of miss having more control over the maintenance of my truck. Like, I always used the Delo Cineblend. It's a very common question that pops up in my feed at least a couple times a week. Do you miss being an owner-operator? Yes and no. Yes and no. A lot of people ask, you know, what kind of oil did I use? And for those of you who are wondering what kind of oil I did use, this is the oil I've always used in my truck. I still had one in my cubby compartment there. It's the Delo 400 XLE Cineblend 10W30 heavy duty motor oil. So this is in response to those of you who have asked. I've partnered with Delo actually, and I've been using it since I've been trucking. And I got my license in 2006. So they've been my oil of choice for a while. Got into it mostly because of my dad. Those of you who know my backstory, I'm in trucking because of my dad. He's the one who introduced me to Delo. So there's a couple of you in a thread in one of my inboxes who were asking me about this and what kind of oil do I use. You guys were just getting into the trucking industry, you know, you wanted to get your own truck and you're just curious about what kind of oil I used. And yeah, that's the oil that I use. It's got uncommon toughness, you know, it's designed to deal with what we do on the road. I'm from Canada, so it's designed to deal with the cold weather, cold starts and whatnot. I've just really liked it. You know, it's really good. It's always done good for me.
We're just at the private beach near the cabin. Boys love it here. It's just a tiny little beach. A little bit stony, a little bit rocky, a little bit twiggy, but the boys love it here. They've been coming here. Davey loves rocks. Yeah, very cool. Very red. Weird. But yeah, it's really pretty here. Hasn't been a very sunny weekend. It has been in the mornings, but not in the afternoon. So unfortunately, it's a little bit cloudy. I'll show you the pathway leading up to the beach. Path is over there. And then it's just a little, like, picnic clearing. We'll go up. There's some rocks over there. I'll take you up there later. Gonna go on a little trail up to the rocks. Hopefully I don't get any poison ivy in here. I love it up here. I usually bring the dogs, and believe it or not, but even though they're wiener dogs and they have tiny little legs, Frankie's like a little goat. There it is. And he can climb these like nobody's business, whether they're slippery and wet or whatever. He loves it. He would have made a good little country dog. And there's a little picnic table for a nice romantic spot down there. And this is the lake. They're down there on the beach. It's a big, big lake. Like this shot doesn't even do it justice, but I'd have to climb down there, and I'm wearing sandals, so don't really want to be slipping with my phone in my hand, but dance, monkeys, dance.
Making our journey over to the Courtney Park Cineplex here in Mississauga. Beautiful day for a walkout today. That ball of fire in the sky, that day star is doing its job. Tell you what, beautiful day to be out for a walk. Should have worn shorts. So I've decided to go and see Independence Day Resurgence. I think that's what it's called, right? It's the next Independence Day. The only downside about that is that there's no Will Smith in this one. Man. I wonder if they're gonna do that signature line. It's my favorite line of the whole movie. When he punches him, welcome to Earth.
To the question, be sure to watch the big screen for clues. The faster your answer, the higher your points.
Doing?
Putting together a game.
And how's it going?
Awesome.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's going great.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's probably back.
Oh snap. Brett, how's it going now?
Ta-da! So proud of myself. I actually put this piece on backwards, but we can adjust that in a couple weekends from now. I don't care. I don't care about being bag tossed. I just want to be this one.
Days, did you miss me? You miss me? You wouldn't leave me alone until I pulled the camera out, and now you're all shy. Camera shy? Just got back to the truck here. Movie was great. Independence Day Resurgence, is that what it's called? The second Independence Day. It would have been awesomer with Will Smith in it, but obviously he didn't want to be in it, or they didn't cast him. I don't know why. I don't know the whole story there. Maybe you do. If you know the story why he's not in there, down below in the description. Maybe they didn't pay enough and he said, I'm worth more than this. I wish I could say that. I take a role in Independence Day. I take a role in almost any video. There are a few kind of videos that I probably wouldn't show my face in, but that'd be pretty cool to be cast into a movie. Wouldn't that be cool? Get onto YouTube Red one day. Probably not. So right now, pretty much, I'm just gonna set up my TV, get everything ready for night, walk the weasel and whatnot, get some editing done, and then try to sleep. Because, you know, I slept till 2 this afternoon, remember, so it's gonna be very hard for me to fall asleep, but I have to get back on the right schedule. Again with the messages. I should probably turn my volume off when I start vlogging. I don't mind. It's nice to be able to talk to her again, because she didn't have cell service the whole time she was at the cabin. So we haven't talked much this weekend at all, like once a day on the phone. So she's sending the clips over to me right now, and then the clips that she filmed at the cabin, I'm going to incorporate into the videos. That's why I haven't edited them yet. I've just been waiting for everything to come, and I can put them all together and put our days together. You've already seen them already, so. She's loving this whole vlogging thing though. I love that. I love it that I don't even have to ask her to vlog. She just suddenly sends me these clips of what she's been vlogging throughout her weekend. I love it. We're gonna get her on her own channel yet, don't worry. I'm working towards it, I'm working on her. We've got to get her a laptop first. Then once we got her that, then I already got cameras, I can share my cameras with her. But I gotta teach her and train her how to edit the videos. And I can't really train her how to edit in detail. I can show her how the program works, but she's gotta create her own style, just like every other vlogger. A vlog is an evolution over time, right? You gotta learn yourself how to put your own flavor, your own personality into it. So I'm gonna show her how to use the program. We've got to get her a laptop sometime yet. I don't know when we'll be able to do that. But as soon as we can afford it, we'll get her one. And then she'll have her own channel as well. So she'll be joining me on this channel. I'll be joining her on that channel, and we'll both have our own, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm excited. She's excited. I hope you're excited. I think Diesel's missing the wieners. I want to play with Frankie, man. Where's Frankie? I saw him in the video, but he's not here. Where is he, man? I want to play with Frankie. What about Mitzi? She's not very nice. No, Mitzi, the Brit's female wiener dog, she's old. I think she's 10 years old, close to 10 years old, around there. And she's sort of like the alpha of the pack when they're all together, because she doesn't take anything from anybody. She's gonna go lay in her corner, and if you don't like it, well, too bad. She's gonna do what she wants to do. Frankie and Diesel love each other though. They're always playing, jumping around on each other. But that's all I got for today. Thanks for joining us. Had a lot of fun over here. Britt had a lot of fun back home. I have a fuzz in my beard. I'm just gonna leave that in there, whatever. See you tomorrow.